I'm going to tell you a love story. The story is different each time it's told. Sometimes there's a happy ending, sometimes there's loneliness, sometimes tragedy. Joe Outsourcer arrives at Service Provider City. It's late, the sun has long since dropped below the horizon, and he is tired. A dog can be heard barking in the distance, and shadows flit across the sidewalks as stray cats prowl through empty neighborhoods. But as he walks the darkened streets of the town, there is an urgency in his step. He is looking for someone. He is looking for the right translator for his job. He carries the job in one hand, a PO in the other, like a bouquet and a box of chocolates. He turns onto the street for which he has been searching, and the clicking of his heels halts as he stops and takes in the view. The street is a long one and stretches off far into the distance, as far as the eye can see. It is lined with shops. Some of the shops are open, warm light spilling from their windows. Joe Outsourcer begins his walk down the street, peeking in each shop window as he goes. As unromantic as it may sound, in our love story, the street Joe Outsourcer is walking represents a directory search. Translation and interpretation jobs are posted at pros.com, but these are only a small percentage of the work that is passed through the site. A great majority of the jobs passed go straight through the directory, with outsourcers searching for language professionals in specific language pairs and fields of expertise. So if you're looking only for posted jobs, chances are you are missing out and not getting the full benefits the site has to offer. There are a few easy things to do to make sure Joe Outsourcer sees you, and once he sees you, to keep him interested. These are the pros.com winning strategies: a complete profile, specializing, Kudos Pro points, membership, and becoming a certified pro. Let's see how the winning strategies would affect the outcome of Joe's story. First, make sure you are on the right street. This means making sure some very basic information is declared in your pros.com profile. Account type, freelancer, or freelancer and company if you are both. State the services you offer. If you have not declared you offer translation services, no one will find you when looking for translators. The language pairs you offer those services in. Be sure you have your strongest pairs at the top of the list, since outsourcers can look for language professionals by top pair and by top 3 pairs. Don't forget your fields of expertise and native language either. If you do not have this information declared, a potential client may still come across your profile, but you are making it much more difficult for that to happen. Directory searches can be made based on a variety of criteria, including native language, field of expertise, country of residence, software used, years of experience, credentials, availability, feedback from previous clients, and profile completeness. So, let's go to the street Joe is walking down. Joe happens to be looking for someone offering translation in English to Spanish as their top pair, in the field of expertise of IT, and with a native language of Spanish. As you can see, this is a very long street. Just being on this street is not enough. Don't expect Joe to walk all the way down that street to find you. Take your shop closer to him. Realistically, you can expect a potential client to click through only a certain number of directory search results pages before they have found a candidate or group of candidates for a job. So once you are on the right street, how do you make sure you are on the right block of that street? The first answer is membership. Directory results are shown in 2 layers, by those with membership and by non-members. Pros.com members have at least 4 times more chances at jobs than non-members. With membership, you are increasing your visibility on the street Joe is walking down by putting yourself closer to where he begins looking. Now, on this particular street, the first 23 blocks are occupied by shops belonging to members. Membership is a powerful investment, but you can make it a much more powerful tool with just a few minutes of your time. After the member and non-member layers of the directory, language professionals are ranked based on the number of Kudos Pro points in a given pair and area of expertise. To move up in the directory, it is not necessary to amass many points either, especially if you are concentrating on your top language pair and fields of expertise. On this street, for example, all you would need are 4 Kudos Pro points in this pair and area of expertise to move from block or page number 23 to number 7. That's just one well-answered Kudos question where you are awarded points for providing the most helpful answer. With just 9 well-answered questions where you are awarded points, you would be on the first block of this street, and right where you need to be for Joe to see you. Taking a few minutes, once or twice a week, to provide a few good answers in the Kudos pairs and fields you specialize in can substantially improve your directory ranking where it counts. That brings us to the next point that will take you closer to Joe on his search for the right translator: specialization. You can market yourself as a good all-round language professional, but this is less effective than marketing yourself as the translator for automotive texts in Japanese to English, for example. Some professionals may feel uncomfortable specializing, with the reasoning that by not offering translation in a wide band of fields, they are missing out. But think of it this way. When you need an electrician, you can hire an all-around handyman who fixes refrigerators, does some carpentry, a bit of masonry, some electrical and plumbing work, maybe even some gardening. If you want a professional job done on your electrical installation, you will probably hire a professional electrician, and you will probably pay more for that professional service. Likewise, an outsourcer searching for a professional to do a job on a Japanese to English automotive text is likely to perform the corresponding directory search and select from some of the translators they find on that particular street, instead of searching the much longer street of general Japanese to English translators. One more way of raising your visibility is by becoming a certified pro. Members of the Certified Pro Network also have the opportunity to more closely network within a group of screened professionals, which is another source of jobs. So far, we've made sure we are on the street Joe Outsourcer is walking by declaring some basic information in our profile. We've made sure we are closer to where Joe starts his search by specializing, earning Kudos Pro points in our top language pairs and fields of expertise, and by having membership. Now, let's go back to Joe as he walks down those first few blocks of the street he has found. Along the way, he passes a few shops which are closed for the night. Many shops are open, and among them, some are better tended than others. He walks past the shops which promise little, still in search of the right translator. If a directory search represents a street in Service Provider City, your Pros.com profile represents a shop along one of those streets. If you go through the trouble of making sure you are more visible to a potential client, make sure that once they see you, they will be interested, stay to have a look, and, even if they don't need what you have to offer today, come back when they do. Fill your shop window with the best you have to offer. Let's look at 2 very different profiles and compare. The first profile does not represent an actual Pros.com member, but rather is used for illustrative purposes. Stephanie is a Spanish to English translator who specializes in tourism and travel texts, has almost 30 years of experience, is a veteran user of a well-known cat tool, and has various credentials to her name. She has been thinking of applying to become a part of the Certified Pro Network, but hasn't gotten around to it yet. As we can see, she has purchased membership. But look at her profile. What does it tell you about her as a language professional and what she has to offer? Not much. Basic information such as services, language pair, and native language are there, but her shop window is empty. What could she do to decorate her shop window and make it a more effective tool for attracting and keeping client interest? First, Stephanie should make sure her top language pair is reflected. If it is Spanish to English, she should list this as her first pair instead of the third. Also, she has listed many specialties, but tourism and travel is lost among them and far from the top of the list. Some quick and easy starting points for filling out a profile are fields such as sample translations, project history, and About Me. Remember to specialize and to fill these fields out to show how good you are in that field of expertise. For example, Stephanie should choose a set of sample translations which allow her to really shine in Spanish to English tourism and travel translations. Show related past projects she has worked on in that area in her project history, and tailor her About Me section to show off her expertise. There are areas to show your translation education, years of experience, credentials, memberships, and the software you handle. Stephanie has a lot to show here, but until she declares this in her profile, no one who finds her on pros.com will know. Willingness to work again entries are another important aspect of your profile and allow you to show potential clients that you have gained the trust of other outsourcers. Remember to pay attention to the details. Fill in your location and time zone. This will help clients locate you. Set and maintain your availability calendar to let others know when you are available to work and when you might be more pressed for time to take on a project. Declare the payment methods you accept. Work on your tagline and profile image. These two little details are among the first things a visitor to your profile will see, and are cues to remember you by as well. A tagline that reads, "Reliable, always on time," is not as effective as one that highlights your expertise or your credentials. Clients expect you to be reliable and on time. That's a given for a professional. But it may be more impacting to read that you are ATA certified or have 25 years experience as an engineer and a translator. Your profile picture is an important visual cue. If the picture is of you, make it a professional one. If it is of something else, consider using an image that relates to your expertise or will stick in the mind of a window shopper after they have passed by. Now, let's look at the second profile. Monica has paid attention to the appearance of her profile and the information in it. She concentrates on one language pair and has selected a few specialties. Her About Me section is simple but attractive, is easy to read, and states her specialties clearly. She has declared and verified credentials. Her translation education and years of experience are there. She has requested and received willingness to work again entries to show in her profile. Her availability calendar is up to date. Her tagline reflects her certification, as does her profile title. She has even used the Custom Profile tab option to create tabs to actually show some of her qualifications. If you go through your profile updater, you will see there are many other fields to complete. It may seem like too much to do in one sitting, in fact. That's okay. Take your time. It does take some time to build an excellent profile, but don't put it off. Keep in mind that every one of those fields is pointed at helping you get more out of the site and helping clients and other professionals find you. And remember to look for ways to differentiate yourself when filling out your profile. Competition can be steep. Clients need a way to spot you and make a first assessment about your suitability for a particular job or for a working relationship. Networking, not just with agencies but with other freelancers, can lead to jobs as well. And networking is easier when you stand out. Having a complete profile is an effective move. So is specialization. So is participation in kudos in your pairs and expertise. So is membership and becoming a certified pro. Put them all together and use them at the same time, and the winning strategies are the key to helping you stand out from the rest and show others just how good you are. Pros.com is a set of tools designed to help you network, expand your business, improve your work, and have more fun. Every single field in your profile is also a tool designed to help you better market yourself and make the most out of what the site has to offer. Invest some time in your profile and let it start working for you effectively.